Good morning. All right, so I'm trying to put a little recipe on my feed on Facebook. It's not working like I would like. I'm trying. I guess I'll have to do it afterwards. I have a recipe for you on some fall diffuser blends. So what I will do is after we talk today, I will post it in the feed so you can see it. But good morning, Wednesday, hump day. All right. We're going to talk about some essential oils today, kind of switch it up. We had a pretty heavy topic yesterday, lots of medical stuff. So today we are technically entering fall. Here in Arizona, it feels more like spring, but I know many other parts of the world are starting to see some of the aspects of fall hitting. So one of the things that I love in the fall are the fall essential oils, some of the scents that you use not only to help clean the air that have medical benefit in many different ways, but also just to make it smell good and make it smell like fall. I know in hot weather, like we have here, it starts to cool down, just slightly cool down, and we're just like, fall, bring on the pumpkin, right? And yet here in Arizona, it's still 95 degrees, but it's cool to us, man. We love it. Carolyn asked, how did my boys do? Oh, with school. They did great. They are so happy to be back. I have seen better moods in my kids in the last 2 days from them going back to physical school than I have seen in them since March. So very happy. They're making friends. They love being in person. And so it's been great. The mood around here has been great. And it was getting a bit dire there, They really weren't doing well without that social aspect. So very happy. They've been waking up and heading off to school without any trouble. No problems at all. They're out the door. They're ready to go. They're dressed up, showered, everything. So it's good. Thank you for asking. So, and it's nice for my husband and I as well, although it's kind of weird. It's just kind of like, wow, it's really quiet. What do we do? And so trying to catch up on all the stuff that we weren't able to do when we were tending to the kids all the time. So it's been different, but it's good. Fall there in New York. All right. Well, then this will work for you. I have some fall essential oil blends for you, and I'm going to talk about the benefits of some of my favorite. I do have a recipe posted at drpingle.com. I'm going to post the infographic to both mediums, to Facebook and to Instagram, in the comments when I'm done talking today. So you can try one of my favorite fall diffuser blends. Okay. So let's dive in. You guys ready? All right. So I do love the smells of fall. I love things like spice and clove and cinnamon. And when I bake, I love that smell when you come home. But the nice thing is when you use them as essential oils and you put them in a diffuser, you actually have some medical benefits from that as well, which is great. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So let's talk about some of my favorites. Cinnamon oil is my first one. Now, we've talked about cinnamon. We've talked about it, I believe, as an oil and also just as a supplement. There's a lot of medical benefit to cinnamon. In regards to the oil itself, it contains antibacterial properties. There was a study that combined cinnamon oil with clove oil, which is another one of my favorites. We'll talk about that in a second. And it was effective against different bacterial strains in the air. Another study investigated the antimicrobial activity of cinnamon oil against candida, which is a yeast that was resistant to fluconazole, which is one of our main anti-yeast medications. And they found that the properties of cinnamon improved the candida outbreak. So when you're trying to release something into the air to kill off microbes, cinnamon is definitely one to add to the list. Now, keep in mind that it's also very potent, so you don't need to use much of it. You can do, 1 drop of cinnamon in a blend and you will absolutely smell it. You can also use cinnamon topically, if you want to smell like fall when you walk around. It is also known as an herb for its lipid lowering, insulin balancing, and anti-inflammatory effects. Okay, now I know that a lot of the essential oil gurus out there use the oil for that as well. Not my area of expertise. I know that it has great efficacy, so check out some of the information on essential oils, especially from the people that are trained exclusively in essential oils. I use it in my diffuser all the time. Cinnamon is absolutely one of my favorites. I have a thing, be careful if you have pets. Very true. Pets do have some trouble with oils. Now, one, the size of the room matters, how much oil you use, the proximity of the pet to the oil matters. So there are different things that you can do. I know when I had birds, you really couldn't diffuse oil at all in that room. My house is spread out enough from the diffusers, and my dogs aren't necessarily near the diffusers. The diffusers are also higher than they are. I guess there's some different workarounds there, but do be careful. There are some essential oils that are absolutely toxic to pets. Thank you, Denise. I really appreciate that. Someone else says they make a toothpaste with cinnamon oil in it. All right. Love it. You should give me that recipe. Sorry, I have something in my nose. It's that grass again. I'm going to sneeze. And I sneeze like a cat, so be prepared. All right. Maybe some water will help. Little allergy eyes today. All right, number 2. Favorite fall diffuser oil. Clove. I love clove. I love clove to cook with as well. I put clove in a lot of my baked goods. I just love the smell of it. Now, it is very strong, just like cinnamon. You do not want to put a lot of clove in a blend, okay? You want to just maybe a drop or so. But it contains both antibacterial and antifungal properties, just like cinnamon. And it has also been shown in research to have beneficial effects against certain strains that are linked to respiratory infections. Let me see if I can tell you which ones. Hang tight. Because I do remember in the study, there was a very specific, it's linked in my article, just so you know, but they did, they did fungi sampling. There we go. Actually, quite a few fungus were inhibited. Actually, quite a few. Yeah, so take a look at the article. You'll see quite a lot were impacted by clove oil. So I won't name them all off. We'd be here all day. But it was most effective when it was administered as a vapor. So when it was put in the solution and diffused out, it actually had more benefit. So definitely a good one to include. It's also commonly been used to reduce pain. Clove oil in a 2006 study of more than 70 adults found that if they applied clove gel before dental procedures, it would significantly reduce pain. In fact, you'll see clove in many mouthwashes and dental products for part of that reason. They also noticed that clove gel could potentially replace benzocaine, which is a numbing agent, a Novocaine type agent. So clove oil had some great anti-pain topical effects. Also, even if you use clove oil, if you have sore muscles, I know you can rub a lot of that on there as well. It has also been shown promise as a digestive aid. So clove oil was shown in a 2011 study that it displayed gastroprotective activity in animals. As a result, the researchers believed that clove oil could serve as a potential treatment for gastric ulcers and digestive issues. So clove oil is pretty well-rounded. Once again, very strong. Okay, so when you put it into a diffuser blend, go gently. Okay, but actually that's why I like these particular fall blends is they're so strong, you only need a drop of each, and so your essential oil lasts a really long time, right? All right, number 3, ginger. I find people are they either love ginger or they hate ginger. I love it. I think it adds just a little bit of like a spicy sweetness to fall blends. Even ginger added to dishes. I love adding fresh ginger into curries, on top of vegetables, roasted vegetables, into sauces, because it kind of adds like a little bit of a kick to it. But not only is it kind of that sweet, spicy smell, it also delivers some great health benefits. Ginger has long been known in naturopathic medicine and herbal medicine to act as a digestive aid. specifically against fighting nausea. So many people, like when you're sick, you have the flu, people going through chemotherapy or having any sort of medication reactions of nausea, ginger is one of those that's recommended right away. Fresh ginger tea, ginger drops, those types of things. Ginger, chai tea. Yeah, I love chai tea with ginger. Yeah, me too. A 2013 study confirmed that ginger oil is effective in fighting nausea and even reduce the need for anti-nausea medications post-surgery. So I had surgery about a year ago, and it was my first surgery ever. It was very scary to go into something like that when you've been generally healthy and then to be faced with something. It was kind of hard, but I don't do well with opioid pain medications. I just don't. And they had given me one dose when I left, right? Because they expected me to be in pain. And I can't take them. I just don't feel well. So I ended up drinking a ton of ginger tea. I ended up diffusing ginger oil. I was sucking on ginger drops, anything I could do to get rid of the nausea from the pain meds. And it worked quite well, even in that one dose, you know? Lynn Marie, I'll come back to that one, okay, honey? That's a long one. All right. So, where was it? Oh, yes, nausea. Ginger's great at nausea, for helping with nausea. It's also been shown as a therapeutic agent for asthma. Did you guys know that? So a study showed that ginger has the ability to relax the smooth muscle in the airway, providing quick relief to those experiencing asthma attacks. So if you're someone who's prone to that type of thing, diffusing ginger in your essential oil blends might not be a bad idea, right? And you can also keep some ginger tea on hand, ginger supplements to assist with that as well. Ginger is a very potent, in herbal medicine, ginger is used a lot as an anti-inflammatory, as well as a digestive aid. So it has a lot of wonderful benefits. It's also something that's easy to find at grocery stores and easy to add to your diet, which I love about it as well. So the fourth essential oil for fall that I love is orange oil. Now, we talked about lemon oil. I believe it was earlier this week or last week. Lemon oil, sometimes I throw in as well, but orange blends beautifully with ginger, clove, and cinnamon. Just absolutely beautiful. Not only does it deliver kind of that underlying clean smelling home, but it also has antibacterial and antifungal properties. In fact, there was a study that showed that orange oil was able to stop the spread of salmonella. Okay. Another study found that it was able to fight off several different types of fungus. So I have a lot of people that ask me about mold. You know, oh, I have mold in my home. What can I do? Now, granted, you want to get rid of it ultimately, right? Some people that live in damper areas, though, like I grew up in Seattle, I don't think you can ever fully get rid of mold, and the types of mold matter. But some of the things you can do is you can diffuse essential oils that can help kill off, you know, bacterial and fungal particles in the air. So these ones I'm talking about, orange, clove, ginger, and cinnamon, can help do that. Not to mention just kind of take over that musty smell. I know I felt like my house was always musty in the Pacific Northwest. Not so much down here in Arizona, more dusty, right? Hence the runny eyes today. I'm just reading your comments. I'll come back to them, I promise. Another benefit of orange oil that maybe you are not aware of is it can help fight anxiety and depression. So it can lift your mood and your spirits. I don't know if you've ever put it in the shower. A lot of the times I use essential oils in the shower because it's really steamy. So I just put a few drops on the floor and just let it, you know, open up my sinuses, wake me up. I use eucalyptus a lot for that. I also use orange oil for that. But there was a 2015 study that revealed that orange oil actually has the ability to lessen anxiety. Pretty cool. In the study, women who were in labor that inhaled orange oil were reported less anxiety than those that didn't. Being in labor is a bit of an anxious situation for all of you that have experienced that, right? I love the smell as well. All right. So I have a few different blends. Get a piece of paper. Or I guess I should say, into the technology age, get out your phone and your little notepad and type these up, right? We don't write things down anymore. I'm old school. I write things down. Sorry, I am having a little bit of an allergy attack this morning. Have to go take some vitamin C. and some quercetin this morning. So I'm going to tell you 3 different fall diffuser blends. Now, if you don't have a piece of paper handy, that is okay. I actually have it in the article. Now on Facebook, I've already linked the article. On Instagram, as soon as I post this, I will put it below, okay? Now, pen and paper is better. I agree with you. I do have an app on my iPad, a notepad with the iPen that I do use as well, like when I'm traveling, because I can sort notes and stuff. But yeah, I'm kind of just prefer to write it down. So number 1, ultimate autumn blend, probably the one I do the most in the fall, is 2 to 3 drops of cinnamon oil, 2 to 3 drops of clove oil, 2 to 3 drops of ginger oil, and 2 to 3 drops of orange oil. So as those are all equal parts. Now, sometimes I find that if I put too much ginger or too much clove, it can balance it off. So I tend to lean towards the lower end on that. If you're sensitive to really strong smells, stick with the 2s. And then you can adjust it up and down. If you're like, I'd like a little bit more orange, I'd like a little bit less orange, right? You can go up and down, okay? Now, pumpkin spice blend, number 2. This one's slightly different. It throws in nutmeg. Nutmeg is another one of my favorites. Love cooking with nutmeg. I love the fall spices. Do you guys too? Yes, Lindsay, thank you. Lavender, lemon, and peppermint. I have lavender and eucalyptus going in my diffuser, but I do need to go grab my peppermint and my lemon from the other room. I have different areas of the house where I keep different oils, and so sometimes I'm out in my office and I'm like, oh, I'd really like that, but I don't want to run and go get it, right? They're not all in one place because I have probably 7 diffusers throughout the house, depending on where I'm at. So, yeah. So anyway, this one is pretty similar in that it has the cinnamon. So I do 2 drops of cinnamon, 2 drops of nutmeg, and then 1 to 2 of ginger, 1 to 2 drops of orange, and 1 drop of clove. So focusing more on the cinnamon and nutmeg in that one. And then there's the hot cider blend, which is just 3 drops of orange oil, 2 drops of cinnamon oil, and 2 drops of clove oil. Now, if you're someone that really likes apple cider, I do have a really awesome recipe for apple cider donuts at drpingle.com. I always love the fall recipes, and I don't talk about them much over the summer because people aren't going to really go make apple cider donuts necessarily in July, but it's that time of year. And so maybe you can make some apple cider donuts. If you do, will you post them and let me know how you like them? Some other oils that I really like in the fall. I love cedarwood, cardamom. I cook with cardamom a lot. I love cardamom on roasted vegetables, by the way. Roasted sweet potatoes, butternut squash. Gosh, I'll even put it on Brussels sprouts and broccoli. I love cardamom. Lemon and nutmeg. Okay, so you can always cook with them. You can diffuse them. As a diffuser, all of them have benefit to the air. Internally, they all have medical benefit as well. A lot of cooking involves these types of spices, not simply for flavor, but also for the medical benefit. Right? Things that promote heat, things that promote blood flow, like chili, mix well with ginger and cardamom and cinnamon. I roast vegetables with cinnamon all the time as well. So try these different blends in your cooking. If you're not used to it, if you're someone that thinks that vegetables are really bland or plant-based cooking is really bland, these are the spices you pull in. I usually lean towards Southern Indian cooking as inspiration because they use a lot of these types of warming fall spices in their foods. And there's a reason for that. These are very prevalent in Ayurvedic medicine. And I think including them in your foods only gives you health benefits. So if you're someone that's new to this, check out Southern Indian dishes. A lot of their curries are made of these as a base, which is a great way to learn how to cook and a great way to learn how to flavor things. So, bergamot. I love bergamot. I think that's probably my favorite essential oil overall. It blends with everything. So I agree with you. Lindsay can help me. Lindsay will tell you a lot about essential oils, which is good. I love it. I love it when you guys contribute. Okay, so once again, check out the article of Dr. Pingle's Autumn Essential Oils Blend. I will post the infographic below. And also, let me just see if there were any direct questions that I can answer for you. Hello. I see your comment, Lynn. That's great. tea from fresh ginger made the terrible nausea caused by painkillers when you had surgery on your broken wrist work like a charm. Yeah, I just don't do well with painkillers at all. And so I didn't use any. I just used natural therapies and toughed it out. But I also did natural childbirth twice at home. So I'm a pretty tough cookie. Great. This was kind of a lighter topic today, but I just kind of wanted a quick Wednesday hump day. Yesterday was pretty involved. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Did you guys enjoy the MTHFR talk? I've been putting that off for a while because I wasn't sure if I could explain it to everybody well. I do love your feedback. For those of you, by the way, just an announcement, for those of you that order online from Total Health Apothecary, I did take away the shipping for a while. So it is free shipping on any order. So if you're due for a refill, this would be an awesome time to do it. If you buy a bundle, the bundles are discounted already. And then if it's a subscribe and save item where you can auto order just like you would on Amazon or otherwise, you get 15% off. So if you're someone that's due for a refill, this is a great time to head over there and do it. So let's see, frankincense alone to infuse. I like frankincense. I like frankincense on the feet, rubbing it on the feet, adding it to massage oil and stuff. So good. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Lynn Marie likes patchouli and bergamot. Yeah, my husband is like adamantly opposed to patchouli. He just does not like the smell of it. I don't know. Maybe he got too much of it in his youth in San Diego. I don't know, but he just doesn't like it. So I'm not allowed to do that one, but bergamot definitely for sure. Thank you, Laura. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the MTHFR talk. That was a big one. So I'm just trying to plan out some content for the upcoming weeks, keeping some of them light like today and keeping some of them more involved. I love your comments. Please share. Keep showing up here at the usual time and I'll have more topics for you. Thank you for your time today. And I want you to go enjoy your Wednesday. I will be back tomorrow with another topic. Okay? In the meantime, check out drpingle.com for fall blends, for the apple cider donut recipe, and I also just posted a vegan Snickers recipe for Halloween. I don't know how many of you have seen that one yet, but that's something I can't eat. I can't eat a Snickers bar because I don't eat dairy, and I don't eat processed foods. So I decided I needed to put my own Snickers recipe up there. So check that out. Thank you so much. Were there foods that help with methylation from yesterday? Yes. First of all, check out the article at drpingle.com. Mostly green leafy vegetables. I mean, you want to think mostly plant. A lot of nuts also, but I would say primarily looking at really bright variety of green leafies. Anything from kale to collard to broccoli to cabbage to Brussels sprouts to, a lot of those have a lot of natural folate in them. I was at the doctor about my MTH. Oh, well, you have to go back and watch it. Okay? Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.